Okay, the highlights from today, July 8th. Macys, the letter M. This is the opening candle right here. It fell straight off of a cliff at the open after a nice gap up. We caught it within 5 minutes of the bottom again. We called it as a break of this candle's high. Trigger to buy was right there on that green candle. 1783. Worst case stop, 8 cents below, never got hit. And from 1783, Macys ran all the way to 1846 for a 63-cent move, in our favor on 8 cents risk that never got hit. So we did it again. Came within 5 minutes of the low of the day on another stock. So we're getting pretty consistent there. And again, I can't emphasize enough, it's easy to jump in something early, but low risk setups are what it's all about. Now, speaking of jumping in something early, I will share with you, we called Harley Davidson HOG this morning. Nice gap up. Here's yesterday's close. 5 minute candles. I did call an early trade, which is out of character for me, but I liked everything about the setup, and it was gapping to a neat place on the chart that made sense. So called it as it broke this candle's high right here. The trigger on Harley, I believe 2261. Worst case stop was like 2244. Whoops, that's supposed to be a line. Worst case stop 22. I think it was 44. About 16 cents risk, 17 cents risk, something like that. And from 2261, 5 minutes later, all the way up to 23. Now, anytime we call a trade in the first 15 minutes, a gap play like this, all we know to do is just start taking profits. So as Harley kept climbing, and it did it pretty quickly, I was just selling a chunk of Harley, chunk of Harley, chunk of Harley. So it was real nice. And because you don't expect too much on an early trade, I expect to get whipped out of it. So anytime we do call a break of an early candles high in the first 7 minutes of the day, certainly going to pay myself quickly. And it was a great way to start the day. I think I made almost 40 cents on a portion of that trade, but just selling all the way up. So that was a good feeling. Talked about Macys. Another one, speaking of the low risk stuff, again, once the market settles in, we caught Aeropostale. This doesn't look like a huge trade, right? But the beauty of it was, look how narrow that candle was. We called a break of that candle's high. These are just some examples, but I think they give great examples of the importance of being patient and waiting for the low risk stuff. And I mean, look at the numbers on this one. Let me get the line out of the way. We called ARO, teen retailer, Aeropostale, at 28.11. Worst case stop, 9 cents below, right down here. Stop never got hit. Whoops, 28.11. Right there. Stop right there, 9 cents below. And from 28.11, this isn't exactly huge, but from 28.11 it did run all the way up to this area here, 28.55. So a 44-cent move in our favor on 9 cents risk. So another pretty nice one there. And let me get my drawing tool going here. And another one. This again, not huge, but notice the pattern, the low risk. We called CBS as a short, as a break of these two candles low here. So within 5 minutes of the top, once again, called CBS as a short at 13.98, right there. Worst case stop, 7 cents above, right there. Stop never gets hit, and from 13.98 fell not too quickly, but over the next 30 minutes or so, fell to 13.67. Again, that's not huge, but if you trade every day, you understand the significance of a move like this. When you go short here, you can certainly make some nice money doing little trades like this over and over again. So there's some highlights from today, and we were going to talk about some other stuff, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and wait and maybe make a video this weekend on some of the other low risk stuff. But oh, we did have a comment from a member today that I wanted to share. Got a message today from one of our brand new members. He's been with us a week. He says, "Just want to let you know my first week, and I'm already up $5,000 just by following your recommendations. Great team and good teaching, Mike." So love stuff like that. And if you do, if you join our room, you paper trade your first week is what we recommend. But certainly ask questions during our lunchtime question and answer session. We take the time to project charts just like we're doing here, and we can project them on everybody's screen. We can teach you the low risk setups, why we call what we call, where the trigger is, where the stop is. And another guy 3 days into our service now, he said he's green 3 days out of 3 days so far. So get a bunch of thank yous in there. You know, and if you're the type of trader who's patient and willing to wait till low risk setups like this appear, then you're not just flying off the handle trying things right and left. We try to be targeted in our calls, okay? Wait for the stuff. Wait for the low risk setups. And then even if they don't work, you know, we've got a nice tight stop. And we're also teaching members how to fade, you know, a bounce play that doesn't work. We're teaching you how to fade those to go around and turn the other way and short them, that sort of thing too. So a lot of good stuff in there. It just requires patience and making sure you always protect your downside. So I'm going to quit babbling, and we'll make probably one more video tomorrow for Friday's highlights to show you some more low risk stuff that that we're going to call tomorrow. All right, have a great week, or have a great night, and we'll see you. Talk to you Friday night.